Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And this is the final one I'm doing for the day. I will hold on. one more Halloween themed episode I want to do, but I'm a little pooped out today. I've done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, really love, 5 with Even Stevens. Okay, so let's show you. I did 1, Friends, right? 2 Guys to Go Pizza Place, there's 2, that's 4. Plus Brotherly Love, Even Stevens, that's 6. 2 That 70 Shows is 8, and this would be 9, right? I've done 9 of them. I think that's enough for the day. So let's talk about Supernatural Season 3, Episode 7. 4. Season 4, Episode 7. I think it's Episode 7. Whatever. It's in Season 4. It's the Great Pumpkin, Sam Winchester. To date, I think it's the only Halloween episode that they did. You know, everything is. I guess you could try to consider Monster Movie, which is known later on in this season, so never mind. It's a good one, though. I'm also doing the Christmas episode of Very Supernatural Christmas, which is the only Christmas one that they did. And yes, I am going to eventually do like I did with Smallville. And there is a Smallville Christmas episode. However, that's in season 5. And there's way more lore to discuss with that than this one. Retroactively, I will put this and the Christmas one in line whenever I get to them. Because, yeah, I don't want to have to re-review these. And these are probably be standard, which means I have to come up with a rating system for these, right? I guess it would be appropriate if they were Devil's Traps, right? Instead of Superman logos, it's Devil's Traps for the rating. So, we shall see. So, the episode. Ow! Did you hear that? That hurt, man. Boom. Just, goddamn. So anyway, the episode starts. It's Halloween. We start this house with this family. And the wife bought some Halloween candy to give out for trick-or-treaters. And the husband wants to eat some, but she says no. And they're going to go get the baby a bath. But the husband can't help himself and goes to eat some candy, eats one piece, goes to get another, and all of a sudden, and finds there's a razor blade in there. Now, he chomped on that thing like 3 or 4 times. If there was a razor blade in there, but that piece of candy wasn't that big either. And so, noticeably, he takes out the one that's in his mouth and drops in that. He spits out 2 more. Right? So, yeah. I think he spits out 3 more, is what it is. And then later, there's one in his stomach. That makes 5. They said that there was 4. And I said, no, there's 3, 5. The one that he had in his hand, plus the 3 he spit up. Maybe 2, whatever. Yeah. Sam and Dean show up, because of course, they are pretending to be FBI agents. And while snooping around, while Sam is talking to the wife, Dean's snooping around, he finds a hex bag. Means witches. Witches. I thought this was self-contained. It didn't have anything to do with the overall story. I was wrong, because eventually the angels show up, so I have to talk about the angels here in a little bit. But yeah, so they start doing their investigation. I don't know if it's ever specifically said how they know when things happen. They just show up at the crime scenes. So they're there. And then we go to a Halloween party. We got, I believe it's the guy from Baby Daddy. I think it is. And Ashley Benson. Both ABC Family Freeform. But did you know they took Freeform off of Spectrum? That's, you know, that's part of the deal to keep the Disney channels on there, I guess. I don't know, yeah, and then bob 'em for apples. Ashley Benson does it, and she bobs the apple. She gets it fine. Then her friend goes to do it because her friend is hitting on the guy from Baby Daddy and gets jealous, so she goes to do it. And all of a sudden the water boils. Her face gets stuck. The water boils. And then when that's done, the Baby Daddy guy grabs her out. And I'm like, no. It was still bubbling when he put his hands in. It had just stopped. It was still hot. Later, Ashley Benson is like, oh, the water wasn't hot. I just did it before her. And you're supposed to think, okay, that's why it didn't hurt him. But no. He did it right afterwards. It still would have been hot. But if Michael Myers can dunk his hand in with the lady's head in Halloween 2 and scold it and not get hurt, well, that's Michael frickin' Myers, and this is some dude. So Sam and Dean show up again. By the way, after witnessing this guy die because of razor blades, Dean is eating a bunch of candy. And he's like, really? After this? What? It's Halloween. You know, you gotta eat the candy. That's how we doing it too. I don't know. Apparently there's no razor blades in all the other candies. That's a bit of a myth, but you still have to check your candy just in case. You never know. You never know that's in there, you know. Although, your parents check every piece of candy, right? Including the little Tootsie Rolls that are like this small. It couldn't possibly have a razor blade in it, although they do make small razor blades, I guess. But I don't know. I always think of the ones that are like this big. A regular candy bar it would fit in. But they check to see if there's any cuts or anything, you know, in the thing. So, and if it's open, you can't have it. Like, you know. Yeah, so they're talking to Ashley Benson here. I don't know her name. And when they mentioned the family from the beginning, she's the Wallaces. Is that not a Tommy Lee Wallace, director of Halloween 3? I don't know. They mentioned the Wallaces, and she's like, I don't know who that is, you know, the whole thing. But then Dean is later watching the Wallaces' house, and he finds, that Ashley Benson, go there. She is their friggin' babysitter. There's a connection. So they think it's her, and they start investigating a teenage girl. I do like when Dean's like, I'll go talk to her. He's like, Dean, and Sam's like, 2 words, jailbait. I would never. You know. I mean, Ashley Benson was in her 20s at this point, but still. So, they decide to go talk to this teacher, Don, who's an actor I've seen in other things, but I can't think of the top of my head right now. And he's talking to her, and he's like, yeah, we had an argument. She was drawing weird things and like weird symbols and stuff, and it just wasn't right. And so they go back to the hotel, and Castiel, Angel, and another guy, Robert Wisdom, who I just mentioned in The Collector, although that review's not out yet, but I will talk about him. If you wonder why I don't bring this up, I already recorded it. It's done. So, yeah. So, his name is Uriel. They're angels, and they've been sent there. And they say their mission is that they're... Okay, so the overall arc of this is that Lilith, a demon from hell, is trying to break the 66 seals to free Lucifer from hell. And the raising of Sam Hain, and yes, I cringed every time they said it because it's wrong. You, me, Connell Cochran from Halloween 3 all know that it's pronounced Samhain. And yet, a show based on lore like this Can't even say the frickin' name right. Because whoever wrote this episode saw Halloween 2 too many times. Oh, it's called Sam Hain. Sam Hain. It's Samhain. Yes, I know Ghostbusters called it Sam Hain too. But it's Samhain. Okay? And every time they said Sam Hain, I just went, no, it's Samhain. And especially since it's a show like Supernatural where they focus heavy on the Lord, they couldn't get it right. It bugs the hell out of me. Every time they say Sam Hain. Even the angels, Castiel's like, the raising of Sam Hain is one of the 66 seals. Really, Cass? You can't say Samhain? You're biblical, and you can't say Samhain. Come on. No. Yeah. So, the angels want to blow up the town, but of course, the Winchesters won't let them. Innocent people and all that. However, I want to point out that if they did that, Sam Hain wouldn't have been risen. Just saying. But no. They say, no, we're not doing that. They're going to deal with it themselves. And then they realize that, because Sam's looking at this thing, there's a weird herb in there. He says earlier, a Celtic coin, a very old Celtic coin, like 600 years old Celtic coin. And the charred metacarpal bone of an infant child. And then he's looking at it here and he's going, a regular oven wouldn't char it like this. Thinking of the kiln, because the teacher is the art teacher. By the way, this student, the guy from Baby Daddy, I think it's him, is trying to make a bong out of clay and put it in the... I don't think it's going to work. Doesn't it have... I don't do that stuff. Like, doesn't it have to be clear to see what you're doing? Maybe not, but I don't think it would work that way. Made it too big anyway, because it wouldn't fit. But, so they go to investigate, and they find the Don trying to, they find the metacarpal bones in a desk that's locked. So they go to his house, and he's performing a ritual, and they save Ashley Benson, and only to find out that she was connected with him. She's like, and what he was saying, did you hear that? And she's like, he was going to kill me. And what things he was saying, did you hear that? I can't believe he pronounced it so wrong. And she like pushes them down and stuff. And she's involved too. She's a 600-year-old witch. That was her brother, apparently. And Dean shot the hell out of him. He's like, I was supposed to be the sacrifice, but now it's got to be him. And with a gun instead of the blade. But she gathers the blood. She summons Samhain. And it goes into the body. And then he thanks her by breaking her neck. So she was useless. And so now he goes to where these kids are having a party, including the guy from Baby Daddy, are having a party in a crypt. And he locks them in and raises zombies, because he can do that. And I remember the trailer for this. After the previous episode, they talk about Sam Hain can bring every single monster they've ever fought back. And this was heavily emphasized in the trailer, and it doesn't happen. It was a trailer line to get people excited. That's all that was. I should also mention that Sam, well, I'll explain it more detail, but he has special abilities that allow him to send demons to hell. So he uses it on Samhain. Now, he wasn't supposed to. He was told not to. Ruby's demon-killing knife, again, for context, this is going to go in the lineup. I don't have to explain everything here, and then you're going to watch this in the next episode and be like, why is he explaining stuff? But Ruby was a demon that they had on their side for a amount of time. They have the demon-killing knife. Tries to do it. It kind of singes his skin, but throws it away. And so he has to use the power to send him back to hell and save the day. He is warned by Uriel that he was told to stop. He didn't listen. He had to, but of course, Uriel becomes sort of an antagonist in a way. And Cass reveals to Dean that their orders were to follow Dean's orders. Sort of like a test to see if they can handle a battle situation. I can't remember what that was for, but I don't really know. That go into the season? I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched these. But, yeah. This is a fun episode. I'm going to give it a 3.5 Devil's Traps out of 5. I think it's a decent episode, It's fun one to go back. It's not as good as the Christmas one, I'm sure. But, yeah. And yes, I'm giving it the score so I don't have to re-record this review. I can just put it right in the middle of those reviews and Bob's your uncle. There you go. So in the context of I'm doing this at Halloween, there's one more Halloween episode I want to do, but I am pooping it out, so I will do that another day. Whether it's tomorrow night after the guys leave, or I don't know, Saturday morning before they come over, if I wake up early enough, or even Sunday, because they're coming over tomorrow for SmackDown, and then for pay-per-view. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave a comment, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.